Okay, how's everyone doing? I wanted to share some information regarding a conference, or actually it wasn't even a conference, it was a quarter auction in Missouri this weekend, and I was with Christy Segress and Mary Beth Solis, and it was going to be really busy. There were going to be lots of people that were shopping, lots of action going on, and so Christy had a really great idea, and I want to share this with everyone because I feel this is the best way to work a conference, a vendor booth, or anything where there is lots of interaction with people coming and going, and you're trying to share everything you can about Monat. I feel that it's not really beneficial just to be passing out cards, and I honestly feel that just giving out samples is truly a waste of money. We need to provide the instructions, the information, why Monat is different. And so when you're talking about vendor booths, most of us, when you're doing it, you've paid a fee to be there. You've paid a fee to secure that spot. And so you really want to get the biggest bang for the buck, because that's why you're there. That's why you're spending your Saturday, your evening, or whatever it is. So when Christy and I were talking the night before the auction, the quarter auction, we were talking about samples and what would be the best way, and she said, I'm not going to hand out samples. She had a stack of envelopes, and she said, I'm just going to go ahead and have them, if they're interested, fill out their name and address, and we'll mail them samples. And it's genius, y'all. It is truly a genius idea, because first of all, when they come up and you start talking about Monat and the products, everybody's interested typically. And then once you've talked about how great they are, you ask them, hey, would you like some samples? And they say yes, and you just say, okay, fill out your name and address. And then what I did is I told them to, either they did or I did, wrote their telephone number, their cell number right here, and then I also wrote the type of system samples that we would provide, whether it was hydration, volume, IRT, or oil. I noted that here. So then when we got back that night, what we did is we just went through all the envelopes, and she had like 17. Mary Beth did great. Christy did great. They got everybody to fill out all the envelopes. And that night we just went through and we stuffed them. Now, I've got two different sizes of envelopes here. This is kind of like the 5x7, and this is the smaller. Christy had the smaller size, and it works. You just have to fold them in half when you put them in there. But the thing about both of these envelopes, it's $3 to mail them. So it doesn't matter if you have this size or you have this size. Also, the purpose of getting their cell number, we would tell them that, okay, I'm going to send you a text when I mail you the samples, and then also I'm going to send you an instruction video. So I would highly recommend that if you are going to hand out samples, mail samples from a conference or a vendor booth to people that you don't know and you don't know how to reach. Number one, you need their cell number, and number two, you need to send an instruction video on how to use the samples. Don't just take for granted that what you told them at the table, that they're going to be able to remember when they get home. This setting had 23 vendors, and everybody who was in there shopping was visiting, all of those tables or most of those tables. So Mary Beth and Christy are mailing out the samples, and then they're texting them and sending the how to use the Monat samples. Now on YouTube, if you're not comfortable making a video on how to use the samples, I've got some videos on there. You can message me and I will happily send you that YouTube link. What it's about is making sure that you have the opportunity to reach out to them, to engage, provide them the accurate instructions, and your chances of securing a retail customer or a VIP are way greater than if you're just handing out business cards or samples. So the only thing that I'm going to do different, and I wished I would have thought of this at the time, when everybody's coming and going, I thought, oh, I'll remember them. And then when we got home at the end of the night, because it ended up turning out to be a long day with the whole process involved with the auction, I didn't remember everyone. So now I've got another, this next one that I'm going to do with Melanie Pape in Minnesota. I'm going to have everybody, going to do exactly what Christy did, have everybody fill out their address, but I'm also going to take a picture from my phone with them holding the envelope with their address. So sounds like all real basic stuff, but it will truly be more rewarding, more ROI return on investment. And that's what this is all about. That's why you're spending your time. So in my opinion, this is the best way to get the biggest bang from a vendor event. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.